So the following is a bridge sequence, got 3 different versions of bridge. Enjoy. So when I work with bridge, I really like to make sure the pelvis is in a nice position to start with. So grounding through the center of the pelvis. Take your hands to your thighs, thumbs on the inside, fingertips on the outside, right in the crease of the hip and the thigh. Send your thighs away quite firmly. And focus your breath into the lower belly so you get lots of lovely space around the pelvis. And you can even send one thigh away and then the other. Back to center. You might like to relieve that pressure. And then send the thighs away again. Now keep the pelvis relaxed as you stand through your feet and just let your pelvis come off the ground. Let it float. And then start to meet the space in front of your shins. So the pelvis gets lighter. And then we take the hands away and clasp the hands above the face. So don't try and do the highest bridge you've ever done. Just focus on keeping the pelvis relaxed, sending your pelvis towards your feet, meeting the space in front of your shins. At some point, you might feel you want to take the weight into the fronts of the feet. If you do, go with that and then send your fingers and toes away. So the arms and the thighs feed back. The thighs into the hips, the arms into the shoulders, and we ground through the feet. So I'm now going to talk about ribs to pelvis. If this makes no sense, just try to feel it in your body. Don't try to work it out in your head. So we're sending the left ribs to the back right pelvis to the right foot. And the right ribs to the back left pelvis to the left foot. So your pelvis is resting away from the ribs. We're going to slowly bring the tailbone back down, grounding through the pelvis, and then just gather through the center of your feet and pick up your feet and come into a reclining boat. Let's let your hands and feet, the palms and the soles face the sky. Let the arms and the thighs drop back into the ground. Keep breathing into the back of your body. And then slowly bringing your feet back down. Grounding through your feet. And this time we're going to take the feet wide. So we're going to turn the toes out, let the knees be wide. Recenter the pelvis if you feel you're a little bit wonky. And link your inner hands, thumb, index finger, middle finger. Let your palms face up, bend your elbows. And again, we're going to stand through the feet, but meet the space in front of the shins. Grounding through your feet, meeting the space above your hands. Trying not to hijack the pelvis by pushing it up. It will rise. Again, let's get the weight through the fronts of the feet as we send the fingers and toes away, allowing the arms and the thighs to feed back through to their joints. And again, we're going to work with the left ribs to the back right pelvis to the right foot. And the right ribs to the back left pelvis to the left foot. We're going to slowly bring the pelvis down just to graze the mat. And then we're going to stand through the feet again, meeting the space in front of the shins. So we're just opening up the body again. Grounding through the feet, shoulders, head. Now my arms have come over the head. If that's happened to you, stay with it if you like it. And you can separate the hands. And now as you come down, growing your tailbone away towards the mat. Try not to just flatten your spine. So we ground the pelvis. Bring the feet in to hip distance again. Clasp the hands together. And this time we're going to gather through the center of the feet. So we're kind of finding our monkey feet, this feeling of drawing through the center of the foot. Keep that feeling in the feet as you roll out onto the outer edges of them. Stand through the outer edges of the feet. So again, we've got support for the pelvis. And we grow the toes away. Send the inner feet away as you bring the footprints to the mat. So hips, knees and feet are in line. So let's try that again. Let the pelvis come to the ground. Gather through the center of your feet. Roll out onto the outer edges of your feet. Stand through them. Send the toes away, feeding the thighs back into the joints, the arms resting back into the shoulders. Grow the big toes away as you bring your inner feet down. And let your pelvis rest through your feet. So rather than doing a diagonal release for the hips, we're actually going to work now with the left side. So you're going to draw the left ribs and pelvis together, gathering through the left side, almost like they're concertinaing together. And then release out, sending the left pelvis to the left foot. Fingertips gently easing away. So we feel a little longer through that left side. Try it one more time, gathering through the left side. Ribs and pelvis coming together and releasing out and opening. So now we center through the feet and we're going to work with the right side, right ribs and pelvis coming together and releasing out through the right side. So just working with this in your own time, connecting, gathering, concertinaing together. I also think it's really useful that when you open out, you have a little pause before you go into that engagement again. So last one now. Extending out, now resting through your feet, shoulders, head. Now that could be it for you for now, or if you feel you'd like to go a little further, bring the right foot into a more central position and really ground through that right foot. And then you can pick up the left leg, extend the left leg up, meeting the space above the sole of the left foot as you ground through the right foot. You slowly bring the foot down, recenter. And then we bring the left foot into the middle and we ground through the left foot as we pick up the right. Try not to bring strain into the knees. So we meet the space above the sole of the right foot as we ground through the left. We slowly bring this foot back down and we recenter. We pause, breathe, slowly leading with the tailbone to the mat. Bring your hands to your forehead. You may like to bring your knees together to relax. Release the arms down, and then you may like to just slide the legs straight. So now I'm going to take you through a half lotus sequence. Enjoy. So start by being on your back, hips, knees and feet in line, and then picking up the right leg, circle the right foot, easing out any tension. Take the right leg all the way across the left and bring the right foot to the thigh. Now you may like to slide the leg down again. Slide the leg down, bring the right foot to the thigh, and you can bring your foot anywhere between the hip and the knee, the ankle resting against the thigh, so you've got this nice kind of alignment through the hips. Extend your arms above your face, clasp them together and relax the shoulders. Really focus on breathing into your back body. And as you exhale, letting your arms and your shoulders rest into the joints. So you really feel them resting into the pelvis and the shoulders. We're trying not to be heavy through the left foot. So breathe into the back. Exhale and gather through the pelvic floor. So you might feel a deepening in your core, in your center. And also a sense now of drawing back through the center of the hands and feet, rather like puppet strings drawing through your limbs towards your middle. It's all a bit tense, so then we relax into the ground, not through the left foot, through the back body. If your foot has become light and off the ground, don't worry if it hasn't. Take your hands around your left thigh. Now don't pull the leg in, just let the hands and the legs sort of rest back from each other, hang from each other. And just pause here and breathe. All the time we want to soften and let go. Might be nice to then extend the leg straight. Now, if you find that your knee is not above your hip and it's pulling on your back, then don't do it. Resting into the ground. And then we're going to bend the knee. Now, you can keep the foot off the ground, or you can bring the foot to the ground. We're going to take the hands behind the head, so we can do a little half lotus sit-up. So breathing into your back body. Exhale, gather through the pelvic floor and let the head come up. Now, it doesn't matter if the head doesn't come up by very much. Take a breath. And as you exhale, release. So 4 more. Inhaling, exhaling, gathering through the pelvic floor. Take a breath. As you exhale, release. So just working in your own time, 5 in total. And when you finish, just release your hands. Bring your left foot to the ground, keeping the right leg on your left thigh. Take the hands to the thighs and send them away. So getting some space around the pelvis and the belly, and just gently ease from side to side, just easing out any tension. And then coming over to the left side, right onto the edge of your left foot, so you really feel support here. And we're going to work with the ribs. Now, if this makes no sense, don't try and figure it out in your head. Just try to feel it in your body. So left ribs to the back, right pelvis. Gently press through your right thigh. You might find you get a little bit more space there. Right ribs to the back, left pelvis. Gently pressing the left thigh away. So we're already easing into a little twist here. Now you can keep the hands here. You could bring them to the ground. You might like to bring them to above your face, clasped together. So with each exhale, you're just releasing a little deeper and a little deeper. Now your head might like to release in the other direction, so go with that if you'd like to do it, but don't force it. Gently ease your way back. Now you can go into that in exactly the same way, or if you feel you've got a little bit more twist available, stand on your left foot, let your pelvis float just enough to ease the pelvis to the right. Rest on the left side of your pelvis, grounding through the left side of the body, especially that left foot, as you ease a little deeper into your twist. You may like to use the hands again on the thighs if that feels nice. But what we really want to focus on actually is, once we're in this deeper twist, is to allow this right thigh just to gently drop back into the pelvis. Don't try and lift the pelvis up. We want it to rest back. We slowly ease our way back. Uncross the legs and just let your knees come together, feet wide. Recenter your pelvis, just to have a little moment, just to absorb what you've just done. And then slowly bring your knees in, cross the feet at the ankles, circle your base just to massage any tension that might have crept into the body. Hold the legs in for a moment. Focus the breath into the lower back. Let everything soften. Release the feet to the ground. And this time we're going to pick up the left leg. So circling the left foot, easing out tension. The left leg crossing the right, bringing the left foot to the right thigh. So again, you may like to slide that leg down and come back. Feeling the ankle against the thigh, checking your pelvis is central, so you're resting through the center of your pelvis. Hands extend above you again, and just breathe here. Just let your thighs rest into your pelvis, your arms rest into your shoulders. Breathe into your back body, and as you exhale, gather through your pelvic floor, drawing through your center. And as you do that, you may find that the foot becomes lighter. So try it again. Breathe into your back body. And as you exhale, gather through your pelvic floor. And also draw through the center of your hands and feet, rather like puppet strings, drawing through your limbs to the center of your body, which may feel a little tense, but then can you release that tension into the ground? If your foot has come off the ground, you may like to take your hands around your right thigh. So just pause. Don't pull the leg in. Just let the arms hang back from where you're holding. And then extend your right leg straight. If the knee is over the hip, if it's not, you might feel pulling in your lower back. So take care. And then we're going to bend the right knee. And we're going to take the hands behind the head. Now you can keep the foot off the ground or bring it to the ground. Little half lotus sit up, so 5 in total. Inhale. Exhale, gather through the pelvic floor. Does that allow you to come into your sit up? Take a breath. Exhale, release. So 4 more in your own time. And it's important that when we come out of the sit up, that we remember to relax the pelvic floor completely. So that we're always starting our sit-up completely fresh. We're not bringing tension with us from the last one. And we slowly release the right foot to the ground, taking the hands again to the thighs. Just ease from side to side, just massaging the back pelvis. And then ease towards your right side, using the right foot to support you. Sending the thighs away. So we're going to work with the ribs again. So right ribs, back left pelvis. Gently send the left thigh away. Left ribs, back right pelvis, gently send the right thigh away. Now you can keep the hands here, you can release them to the ground or perhaps clasp them above your face. Breathe here. And with each exhale, just releasing a little deeper. You may actually like to feel the breath or breathe into where you feel your twist occurring. Keep that real support through the right side. So each time you exhale, as your body softens, do you release a little deeper? Now let's ease out of this. Now you can go into that in exactly the same way again. Or if you want to go a little deeper, stand through the right foot, ease a little to the left with the pelvis, rest on the right side, and go into it again. If you want to take your hands to your thighs, please do. But let's make sure that we're not lifting this pelvis up. We want the thighs to drop down so that this whole area around the buttock opens up a little bit more. And we slowly ease our way back again. Uncross the legs. Just recenter your pelvis if you're feeling a bit wonky. Knees together, feet wide. Just pause. And then you might like to just release the arms, release the legs. And of course, do have a roll around if you would like to do that too. And then just rest.